Hello, beautiful artists. Today I'm playing with a little card I wanted to make and send out today. And this one is a little reindeer, which is actually pretty simple. I just sketched it out, but I'm going to go over it with a pen. So this is my Ohuhu fine line drawing pen. These are so great. They're really smooth. They dry really quick, which is nice. And it comes in a set. Let me show you. I think my set is packed, but it comes in a set, which is kind of nice because it has, it goes all the way from 0.1 all the way up to their bold, which is quite a thick, it's quite thick. It's almost like a brush tip. So that's kind of nice. It's a little bit flexible and it's quite thick. But the one I tend to use, excuse me, for most of my drawings is the, this is 0.7, but is the 0.8. Let me just draw this out. I sketched it. It's pretty easy. I just thought this was so cute. So here's the little nose, and I'm going to make that red, like kind of like Rudolph. And then just 2 circles for his eyes. Little cheeks, another circle, there we go. And I'll probably leave a white space on his nose. And then the little ears, I've got those, and you could even make a smaller little area in there. I typically just use a white space. And then the antlers. And just curve the ends of those like that. Here's another one coming out. And then I'm going to hang lights on there. So I think that'll be really cute, kind of festive. There we go. And these Ohuhu markers, the other thing I noticed, by the way, is some markers, the micron, for some reason, gets kind of caught up if you're using cold pressed paper. So I noticed these Ohuhu markers, they do a little bit well. I always feel like I'm damaging my tip of my micron, so I tend to use these Ohuhu markers. They seem to respond a little bit better on cold pressed paper. You can make your antlers however you want, of course. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll over that with a kneaded eraser to kind of clean up some of those lines. I do my best not to scrub with my eraser because I don't want to damage the beautiful surface of the cold pressed paper. And actually, let me tell you too, I've shared these before, but all year long I use these Stratford cards. I buy huge boxes of them. Been using them for years, so that's what I'm drawing on here. So that does really well. As you can see, it got rid of all the little pencil marks. I know, his face looks almost kind of like a little rabbit, doesn't it? But that's okay. These cards, they're cold pressed. They've got a beautiful texture to them. And another reason I love these cards is they come with these envelopes. Look at that beautiful deckled edge. I just love it. And I've actually painted on the envelopes as well. It doesn't come out perfect, and you have to not use, don't use too much water because they're not necessarily made to be painted on. They're pretty lightweight, but they work. Okay, so let's do this cute little reindeer. Really easy. If you have my brush set, you can use the 8 round, which is just fine. Otherwise, these are sold out. My brushes are sold out. But this Velvet Touch 8 round is excellent as well. So I'll link that for you. You know, that's kind of my go-to. And I somewhat designed my brushes to be that same wonderful snappiness that the Princetons have. The Velvet Touch has a beautiful handle. It feels really nice in your hand. And what I also like is the short handle. So 8 round Velvet Touch, or if you have my brush, which I'm going to use today. I'm going to start with his little antlers, and I'm using my Paul Rubens My Lane. So you can use any palette you have, but I love this palette, and what a great Christmas gift if you want to give somebody an art set. I think right now it's under $20, and it's beautiful. I mean, just look at these colors. They're absolutely gorgeous, and a really great variety of colors that work for me, because sometimes I get a palette and it's missing one color that I use a lot, and so I like the palette, but I have to bring another one to get that color. This one has, I mean, all these blue. Look at all this range of blues and the ranges of rose pink through all these reds. It gets warmer and warmer and warmer as you go this way. And then these, I can't say enough. I also love their pinks they've got here and this huge variety of green. So I just, again, can't say enough about that palette. And for the price point, it's really great. Let's see, what else have I got here? I have got, make sure you've got your wash and your rinse, real important with watercolors. And then I've got my paper towel there to dab. I dab a lot. All right, let's wet our brush, and let me just see. So when you're loading your brush, I don't think I can get it in this shot here. Let me raise up a bit. When you are loading your brush, I get my brush wet and I just kind of scrape it off. So it's not full of water, but it definitely has water in it. It wouldn't drip if I held it pointed downwards. And I'm going to go into my brown. I'm going to use the darker brown. It's like a Van Dyke brown. And just go in light pressure using the tip of my brush. Let me see, where is my palette here? Here we go. I've already got brown on my palette, actually. I don't typically go directly out of my pan of paint. I like to kind of know how much water mixture ratio I've got, so I like to do it that way. And you're going to always work dark to, or light to dark with your watercolors. And I really just drew this in so you could see. You don't have to draw yours in. You could just use your paintbrush to do these antlers. I wanted you to see the drawing, and I'll share this drawing with you as well in the community. So I've got my antlers there. Just keep going, very light pressure, resting my hand on the table here. Now, if I want to add some darker areas in there, I can just pick up a little more paint and touch in. Because that is wet, can do that here too. And just let it kind of spread in there. There I go. I don't like just a flat, consistent color. I like to have some variation of values and light and darks, because to me, that's what's so beautiful about watercolors. So there you go. Let me see if I can hold that up. So see, it's subtle, but there are a lot of different little shades of brown in there. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do, this is such an easy little card, is go in and just putting a little more pressure on my brush, opening that barrel. And I can dab in a little again to get a nice variation of color there. So it's just not a solid brown. And I think what I'll do is add in a tiny bit of the pink in the middle. Let me find, we can use that rose pink and just water it down quite a bit and add that in. There we go. And it just gives a little bit of color there. Okay. Scrape off my brush. Now let's go and color in his eyes. I'm going to use a black for that. I've got actually some black here. Typically, I use more of a Payne's gray versus a black. I just think it's a little more interesting. Just tapping that in. Let it spread. And look how cute. I even left, if you can see, a little bit of white spaces in there. Now here's the fun part, but I want to make sure that the black is dry. So I think I'll go into his little cheeks here, his, her, and just add a tiny bit of color like that. I can soften that line with just a damp brush. And it just gives a tiny bit of color. Now, I think what I'll do, the antlers are dry, and I'm going to use my marker again and going to draw like lights. I'm gonna put lights in his antlers. So just drawing, isn't this cute? I think it'll bring a chuckle, a smile. Just creating this little weaving in and out of light cord. There we go. Look how cute. So I've got the little cord there. Now this is the easiest part, guys, and then we'll come back and finish that little nose. Is for the lights, I'm going to, let me grab my gold series because I want to get those wet. I'm going to be using those for a couple of the little lights, just barely wet. You don't really need too much. A dropper would be perfect to fill those with some water. Let me grab my brush. And now for the little light bulbs, I'm just going to dab. So I think I'll do my light bulbs in, well, let's start with red. So let me get a red color here. And I'm just going to dab on, just like that. Not easy. Do some on this side. Just dab them on. And now I'll do some green. I'm going to do a combo of a light green and a little bit of the sap green. Pick up some, or even the Christmas green, kind of that Kelly green, I think is really pretty. And let's add in those. Look how fun. He's already so cute, isn't he? You could do this project with your kids too. Just dab them in here and there, facing different directions. Okay, and now I think I will do, big surprise, some of this gold. So I'm going to pick that up. I want to get quite a bit there. So this is where really, that's a little too much water, but that's okay, because I want it to be kind of thick. And I'm going to go in. Oh, look at that. The piece de resistance. Look how beautiful. It's like, it's exactly what it needed. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh. It just makes me so happy. Okay, let's go in and we're gonna make that nose really bright. So let me take a little swatch here. Oh, look at these fun little things. I actually bought them on accident and I ended up keeping them. I obviously didn't know what I was getting. So I saw when I was buying things in Black Friday, these little watercolor papers. Didn't notice they're 4 by 3 inches, which is really tiny. It's their regular 100% cotton cold press, but it's a bunch of little tiny sheets. Look at how small they are. So they weren't that expensive, which is probably, I should have known they weren't the full size. But what I'm gonna do on here is I've just been using them for some of my swatching. So here's one red choice I have for his nose, which I think that'll probably be the one I use. Here's another one. That's a little warmer, a little darker. Here's another. These are all the My Lang. They look kind of similar, don't they? But these are gonna be really handy to throw in my bag as a swatch. That's like a Merlot red. And then of course, we've got getting closer to that Quinn pink, and I don't really want pink. So I think I'm going to go with the first one. I think I like that one. That's the truest red for me. And we're just gonna paint his little nose. Now let's see, which one was that? I think that was this one here. And I will leave a little bit of white on there. So just using the tip of my brush, just like that. Look how cute. Looks like he's peeking over the top of the card. I just thought this was so adorable, and I think my little kids, my grandkids, are gonna get a kick out of that. So there you go. That's about all I'm gonna do with this card. I might go in and just darken up a tiny bit the eyes here. You could even add some eyelashes if you really wanted to make it a girl. But look at how adorable. Just looks like he's peeking over saying hello. Let's add some little eyelashes. Let me move that out of the way. And then I think I'll splatter it with some of that gold. So let's see, where should we put I'm gonna put the eyelashes down here. There we go. Almost looks like whiskers, doesn't it? You might want to put yours at the top here. Okay, let's do a little bit of gold splatter, and I think we are about done. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh. Now, again, if you have good calligraphy skills, you could definitely write up here, or if you have a stamp, you could write up at the top, ho, 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 Merry Christmas. But let me raise that up and look how fun that is. So there you are. I hope you had fun with that. Tomorrow I have a couple really fun little abstract Christmas trees I'm going to share with you. And I have this ho, ho, ho. We're going to do that. Actually, maybe even with some watercolor pencils. So I hope you have fun with this. I will list all my supplies down below. Brushes, paint, my water well, and these cards. They'll be down in the description. And I hope you guys are having fun. Thanks so much for being here. I hope I see you in my beginner's course online soon. It's really a great course if you want to learn and not have to piecemeal a bunch of videos together. It's all in one place, lots of fun worksheets, and I will see you all soon. Most of all, happy painting, have fun, and thank you so much for being a part of my little community here. All right, happy painting.